Why do you keep calling this the Chinese virus? There are reports of dozens of incidents of bias against Chinese Americans in this country. Your own aide, Secretary Azar, says he does not use this term. He says ethnicity does not cause the virus. Why do you keep using this? A lot of people say it's racist.
It's not racist at all. No, not at all. It comes from China. That's why. It comes from China. I want to be accurate.
What's up, everybody? It's Rusty Spoons, and today I've got just a shorter video, something I'd like to talk about. The COVID-19 pandemic left America in shambles a few years ago, but a lot of that damage was far more noticeable than others, such as the obvious sickness and financial setbacks it caused for many people in America. But what I'd like to talk about is the far more concealed damage it caused, such as the stigmas and stereotypes it left many Asian people living in this country with. You see, in 2019 to 2020, the FBI documented a 77% increase in violent crimes committed against Asian people living in the U.S. And during the period of March 2020 to June 2021, more than 9,000 anti-Asian hate crimes were self-reported to the advocacy group Stop Asian Hate. And this disease would cause such stigmatization and scrutiny in the media that many narratives would become twisted, and sometimes even using nicknames for the virus, such as Chong-19 and Karate virus, some of which just I have seen. Now, many of these nicknames did come from user-generated websites, however, so that is more so on the people rather than the news outlets being just insensitive, if you will. But if a disease can carry this much stigmatization for one simple group of people, just because that's where this disease originated from, then why not look at other places in history where this sort of pattern recognition can come about? And if you're unfamiliar with what pattern recognition necessarily is, it's what a lot of so-called separatists will fall back on when you try to attack any of their beliefs. So let's say I'm a police officer and I'm walking down the street and there's a purple man on the end of the road and the purple man attacks me. I go outside the next day, purple man on the end of the road, purple man attacks me again. The third day, I'm going to see a purple man on the end of the road and think he's going to attack me. That's just pattern recognition. And so many people will use that as a means of justifying their fear for what they do not understand. And unfortunately, those beliefs still exist today, and they kind of bounce off of each other, creating a never-endless cycle of, well, he hates me, so I hate him, and well, they hate me because I hate them for this, and this happened because of that, because they hate me, and I'm only going to do this because they hate what I'm doing. It just never ends. So if we truly understand where it's all coming from, then maybe eventually we'll be able to work our way back to the center and be all back on the same page. Before I go too long and start confusing everybody, my point is that if one thing that necessarily doesn't have anything to do with the race in question can cause so much scrutiny and automatically become who they are as an identity, then why is it that we are so fond and absolutely certain of other stereotypes? Like, I can go anywhere. I could go anywhere in Asia and immediately I'd be seen as an aggressive type person. Maybe not by everybody, but by a majority. And if I were a white man over there, I could go over there and have the same thing happen, except I'd be accepted slightly more. Regardless of the amount of percentage and how frequently it happens, if it happens, it is a thing that must be addressed. Even if it's one black person or one white person who is committed an injustice against. That is one too many. But for now, I'm Rusty Spoons. Until next time.